Hey guys, it's Monday Mindset episode 3, and I'll just give a bit of chance for people to kind of jump on in. All right. If you can do me a favor today, because it's supposed to be Blue Monday or whatever it is. So if you like and share this video, all right, I'm going to send you my free problem solver worksheet. I'll tell you a bit more about that in just a sec. I'm going to kind of be looking all over the place. I've got my tripod up on my one computer monitor, and I got notes all over the place. So I just let this give a chance to get up on the news feed. But as soon as you're in, please just like it for me, and that's just going to help populate it a little bit faster. All right, and as I say, if you like and share this day, I will send you a PDF. It's just a one-page worksheet. It's a problem solver worksheet. And you know, it's just going to help kind of move forward and unstuck ourselves a little bit. So today is episode 3. It's going to be probably my hardest video I've done to date. So I'm going to open up about a few things that are quite personal. It's about myself, not about involving anybody else. All right, but it's really how we can step out of where we are and move forward. And I'll tell you about some hardships I went through mentally. Hi Becky, how you doing? And what I had to do for myself, how I was feeling to pull myself out of that. So I just let this go a little bit more. So remember, if you like and share this today, I'll drop you a PDF. It's just a problem solver worksheet. It's quite straightforward. Gets you to think about what problem you have at the moment you want to address, what's causing it, possible solutions, that kind of thing. Just work. It's something you work with yourself. Okay. All right. So. But to get that, you must like and share, even if you grab it on the rerun later on, and I'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so today is episode 3. So last couple of weeks we talked about change and how it affects us, and things are changing around us all the time. Even today I'm talking to staff about, and a couple of other groups I'm in, about the changes of Facebook or whatever. But I want to talk. Obviously, I run Charlton Martial Arts, and I was the manager of the martial arts center prior to that, from 2007, I think it was, up till about 2013, I took it over. And during that time when I actually took it on, I was depressed. I'd hit some real low points in my life, probably from about when I look back now, it was going on for like 2 to 3 years maybe. So I started slowly become quite exhausted, burning myself out. I was real passionate about what I was doing. I love helping people. I love seeing like how the martial arts helps people and what it was, what it can do. But I was just taking on too much, and I was exhausting myself out. Had other personal things going on in my life, and I got to a real low point. So when I took that on, I think I was on antidepressants then, and it was really embarrassing for me because of what I was talking about, with the classes and stuff. I was doing a lot of personal development, and I felt a bit of a fraud because, how have I got to this point where, I felt like, on hindsight, I was definitely taking those teachings. It helped me. It helped me get through it, helped me to stay strong, even when I felt like I was at complete rock bottom. I went through, unfortunately, a divorce and separation, and when I came to Cheltenham, the Christmas of 2014, Boxing Day, was spent me on my sofa by myself, just in a dark room with tears and everything. So it was a horrible low point in my life, and even now I'm still pulling myself out of that. But I'm much stronger, much stronger than I was then, and I just felt so stuck. Prior to taking on the business, I couldn't see direction for so many things. I didn't know where to go with anything really. I had, all I knew is I had my children I love so dear, and even with that I had to make some hard choices. So I felt also that like people were kind of in control of me, and I hate conflict, I hate arguments, I hate this kind of stuff. And I'm very much, for me as a martial arts instructor, was all about, I just love I knew what it could do for people. I could see how it make people confident, feel safe, feel fit, healthy, bring them friends. So for me, that was very, it was my thing, is what I felt I was good at. But at the same time, I'm trying to do that and then please everybody else around me, and it just doesn't work like that. And you know, I allowed that to happen. And that's basically what I've had to, you know, really work out and say to myself. I was allowing to be controlled, if that's what we want to call it, or to feel however I was feeling by those things. Remember, guys, if you share and like today's video, I will send you a free PDF problem solver worksheet, you know, to kind of unstuck yourself or help with anything, you know, to move forward. Today's supposed to be the most depressing day of the year. I just read an article by Will Paulson in the group I'm in, very interesting. It was a PR stunt to build that up. But anyway, let's get back. So I just felt, I think what happened was I was just in denial. See, what I was teaching prior to all this was very much, you know what, I'm in control of 90% of stuff, and 10% that happens, you know, is how I deal with it. And I was trying to keep that in my head, but at the same time, you know, other influences were kind of, hey Brian, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, mate. You know, other influences, I was allowing that to get in the way, whereas I probably should have just said stop. You know what, this is too much for me. And as I said, I enjoy helping people and, you know, how they've developed. So, in other words, I felt rock bottom. I couldn't, even when I had the business and it was growing, even you know, the last few years, it was a struggle for me to step forward and think, do you know what, I can't be what everyone else wants me to be. I am me. You know, I'm trying to do this great thing for, you know, because it gives me a pleasure and a joy, and I can't please everybody. And it was no one else's fault other than my own. And I had to take that responsibility and say, I'm not happy and I need to move forward. I need to be able to do the things that, you know, I want to do. I feel like there was something inside of me that, you know, was capable of so much more than just being stuck around feeling miserable and down about myself and maybe blaming others for it and everything else. So I had to kind of stand up and say, look, this has to change. I can't go on like this. I need to be able to move forward. And moving forward doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean like you wake up and you're bright and perky one day. You just have to make that decision. And you know what? Those that are important to you will, you know, stand by you and stick with you through that. So I don't know if has this happened to you? You know, does it sound familiar? You know, if this is familiar, please drop some hearts in so I know I'm kind of getting, you know, making sense here a little bit. Drop some, you know, likes, hearts. Have you felt stuck? Have you felt in that point where it's just, I can't move on? And basically, the way forward is to take a step back, look at the problem and decide that, you know what, you are totally in control of this. Totally in control. If it's finances, you can still control that. You know, if it's a relationship, you can control that. It may not be the outcome that you want or, you know, what someone else wants, but how can you move it forward? How can you change it? So in other words, we are in control of 90% of what happens to us, you know, how we feel. Take that. And the 10%, there's some things we just can't control. We can't control how someone's going to react to you doing something, whether it be good, bad, or whatever. And, you know, people always see the world differently. You know, I was in the bank today, queuing up, waiting to get to the machine. I just wanted to pay a check in. There was a lady, you know, you got three, and I was just in the queue that kind of went to all of them. But there's one lady's waiting for, you know, this one particular one. I didn't want to go to the free one, so I tapped her and I said, hey, do you want to go over here? And she was quite rude. I at first thought, there's no need for that because I just offered you the, you know, this one there, you're waiting for the same thing. But, you know, whatever. It's just me being me. If someone doesn't sees it differently, that's how they're going to see that. So she wanted to wait for the one she was waiting for, even though this one was free over there, whatever. My point is, look, just be you, carry on, but take a step back. What is it you need to change? Is it within yourself? And the answer is always yes. And it's not, and it's just, you know what? Do the things that you're not going to, don't resent anybody for anything because you're only going to resent yourself. And, you know, those that support you, they're still going to be there. All right. So do what you feel, I have to do what I felt was right. I make my decisions based on my principles and anything else. And, you know, sometimes people may have seen it differently, but it was, you know what, my intentions were always good. And, you know, a bit like that person in the bank. So I be me. All right. I hope that makes sense. Really, it's about being honest with yourself and saying, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore. How can I improve this? And just, you know what, make that change, make that little change, and, you know, and get the support network that's around you, and, you know, go out and do it and be good, be safe. All right, I hope you've got something from this. So again, it was just really about when I was at a low point, it took me to say, you know what, I need to change this. I'm serving no one here. I'm just running this circle and just feeling real, you know, caved in, and massive pressure on myself. So it was pretty much, I need to stop this. I need to change my thought. Even if I don't feel like getting out, I'm going to go out. If I don't want to, you know, be around people, I'm just going to go and be around people, because whatever, I just need to stop this train of thought any way I possibly can. And, you know, I'm sure that definitely works. If you got something from this, don't forget, please like and share, and I will drop you the problem solver worksheet in a quick message. Thanks, guys. Peace. Live long, prosper, whatever. Ta-da.